Live from Innovation Park on the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Tuesday, February 23rd. Tonight, we'll tell you all you need to know about President Barron's plan to retire, as well as the renovation to the Lasch football building.
We also have an update on the Center County COVID cases, along with entertainment, sports, and weather.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rylee Curry.
And I'm Zach Gershman.
Penn State President Eric J. Barron plans to retire from his position in 2022. President Barron relayed this message this past Friday during the Board of Trustees Zoom meeting. Barron became president of the university in 2014 and will have served 8 years when he retires next June. Starting in March, Penn State's Board of Trustees will begin the search for the university's next president.
The Lasch football building will be getting a $48.3 million remodel after the Penn State Board of Trustees Committee on Finance, Business, and Capital Planning approved an expansion plan. A first floor weight room expansion, a new lobby entrance, and an upgrade to their strength and conditioning programs are part of the renovations. Also included in the plan is the fifth quarter program, an education program that will help student athletes as they transition from high school to college and then onto the professional rankings. Head coach James Franklin said this addition will help the athletes' life beyond football. The Belisario College of Communications held the first event in their Creating Content in 2021 series. Unfortunately, that event was interrupted by Zoom bombers. Field reporter Kristen Jelli spoke with moderator Daniel Solomon about the events.
What is it, like Zoom bombing or whatever it's called?
That's like the third instance in the last 2 weeks. So I think.
Is it? That was really bad. Like, I know it happens a lot, but I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah, there was two similar situations that happened both at like the Black Caucus meetings, where people were screaming kind of like racial epithets and all that kind of stuff, just disgusting. So I was surprised that they were at a comm meeting, tonight. But
they must just Google. They must just Google like Zoom links.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like if a random Zoom link pops up, that's because this was posted on the website.
Yeah.
If a random Zoom link pops up, they must just, I don't know.
So could anyone access this Zoom link, or did you have to have a account?
Yeah, I think so. And it surprises me that they left it open like that. I didn't set up the Zoom link. College of Com did, and I thought, to your point, I thought it was going to be that you have to have a Penn State account in order to get in, but that's not how they set it up.
When I thought the meeting ended, that it would resume, I went back on and it was still going on. So I didn't know if someone had like complete control to like fully end the meeting. I don't know if that happened eventually.
Yeah, they tried to. Eventually they went on and shut it down. And we were going to try to restart it, but like to your point, it kept happening. So I think next time we're going to either have it where the host has to let people in or something like that.
Tragedy struck after Penn State student Kai Jing Tang died in a single vehicle car crash on Saturday, February 13th. The accident happened on South Atherton Street at 4:20 in the morning. According to police officials, Tang lost control of his vehicle and struck a tree. Tang was an undergraduate student at Penn State studying computer science. Lisa Powers, Penn State spokesperson, said that the Student Affairs Office is reaching out to Tang's family to provide them with extra support during this time.
According to the latest report, there are 87 more confirmed COVID-19 cases in Center County, with 74 of them coming on Sunday. That makes the total case number over 12,000 within the county. 17 patients are being treated for COVID in Mountain Indy Medical Center, and only one case was reported within the Center County nursing and personal care homes. Vaccines are still being distributed across Center County, with 22,000 people having received the first dose. Health Department data shows that 5,472 people have been fully vaccinated. The Commonwealth has a total of 915,000 cases, but hospitalizations have declined.
Coming up next, Kaylee Grill will bring you the latest in entertainment after this week's weather report.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good evening, I'm student meteorologist Hunter Donahoe with the Penn State Campus Weather Service, here to give you your PSN forecast. To start out, we're going to be looking at some weather headlines for the week. First one going to be the Wednesday warm-up. Tomorrow, temperatures are going to be reaching close to 20 degrees above average. And after that, we're going to continue to be seasonably warm for the next 7 days with the potential of a weekend snowstorm. All that in this forecast right here. So we're going to jump right on into it, looking at our future weather. Starting around 2 p.m. Wednesday, you can see all those clouds will start to build Thursday into Friday. And eventually, by around 5 a.m. Saturday morning, you'll be seeing some snowflakes falling in the State College area. Now, I do anticipate with this particular model run, it's showing a switch over to a mix and then pure rain into the afternoon hours for your Saturday before exiting the region late Saturday night. Now, this is just one computer model run. This will all change as we head towards the Saturday time frame. So we will continue to keep watching it for you as we get closer to your day on Saturday. As I said, that moves out, bringing us some cloudy skies on Saturday or Sunday, I should say, into Monday, where the clouds will continue. Now tonight, I'm going to go for a low of most 30 degrees with those mostly cloudy skies. It's going to be a bit breezy out there with the winds coming out of the west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Gusts up to 25 miles per hour though. So it's going to be pretty chilly out there. The wind chill is going to be a lot lower than that 30-degree temperature you see on your screen right now. For tomorrow, I'm going to go for a high of 49 degrees, almost breaking that 50-degree mark. It's going to be mostly cloudy skies. It's going to feel a lot like spring with temperatures staying upwards of almost 20 degrees above average for this time of year. And now here's your 7-day forecast. As I said, staying seasonably warm, temperatures are going to be above average for the continuation of the next 7 days. Sunny skies for your Friday. Our next chance of wintry precipitation on Saturday with that AM snow and the PM mix eventually changing all over to rain. Temperatures rebound again on Sunday with a high of 45 degrees with some early morning flurries possible before we finally get back down to around average on Tuesday with that high of 31 degrees. From the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm Hunter Donahoe. Have a great evening.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Kaylee Grill with your entertainment update. During a typical year, thousands gather in the Bryce Jordan Center to stand for 46 hours and await for the Thon total reveal. But of course, that wasn't the case this year due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Despite a socially distanced Thon in a nearly empty BJC, $10,638,078.62 was raised for pediatric cancer. Some of this year's top fundraisers include the Dancer Relations Committee, Phi Gamma Nu and General Organizations, Alpha Tau Omega with Zeta Tau Alpha in Greek organizations, and the Springfield Special Interest Organization. This past week, leading up to Thon, all of Penn State was preparing for the weekend's virtual events. Field reporter Brooke Stake caught up with several individuals who were involved in Thon 2021. Take a look.
Penn State's Thon, otherwise known as a 46-hour dance marathon for charity, is being held virtually this year for the first time due to the coronavirus pandemic. While there have been many changes for the event, many student Thon dancers and captains have been preparing for this virtual event for months.
My name is Rylee. This year, I am a captain for Thon 2021 on the Donor and Alumni Relations Committee. People see that Thon maybe is more turned to like a virtual presence, but the important thing to remember is that our mission has not changed. Cancer is still prevalent, unfortunately. It has not slowed down, so neither will we. I decided to shave actually the front half of my head and leave the back. And the reason I did this is because every year Thon does an annual event called No Hair, Don't Care. hair, and essentially you shave your head to raise awareness for the children who are battling childhood cancer. I decided to, step out, and I put a social media challenge out there. And I said, if I raise $100, I will live stream myself on Instagram Live, shaving my entire head. And what I said is, if I raise another $200 for a total of over $300, I'll do an interesting haircut. I raised that money, and so I had to uphold it, but I was more than happy to do so. So I shaved the front half and left the back.
46 Live will broadcast the event for students and parents who could not spectate Thon in the BJC, courtesy of students like senior Casey Cummer, who is one of the hosts on the broadcast.
46 Live is basically an organization that helps to put on the live stream that airs Thon weekend.
I think it's so great how, usually there is a broadcast, but you guys are still making this work with the times today.
It's a really neat thing this year with the virtual environment that everyone that's in the actual Penn State community that would have been at the BJC is going to be tuning into the live streams.
Cummer mentioned that there is so much potential for 46 Live to continue doing virtual segments for Thon in the future. Sydney Hackle, who is a special events captain and dancing in Thon for the first time this year, said she expects Thon to be equally as challenging as a normal Thon weekend.
I've been trying to get good sleep, eating well, exercising, cutting out some caffeine. We're all going to do great. We have so many resources that have been given to us by the entertainment committee, the hospitality committee, the dancer relations committee. They have all been just breaking their backs to try and make this year as great of an experience as possible. So I'm so excited to dance this weekend.
Despite going virtual, thousands of students still participated to raise money for the cure.
Is $10 million.
Reporting from University Park, I'm Brooke Stake for PSN News.
Penn State Homecoming took over the Thon live stream early Saturday morning to announce its 2021 theme, Together State Prevails. An executive committee member stated, quote, "Our theme, to me, reflects not only our organization itself, but the world as a whole during times of hardship. It represents taking experiences from the past and moving forward to a brighter future." Homecoming 2021 will be held from Sunday, October 17th through Saturday, October 23rd, the weekend of Penn State's football game against Illinois at Beaver Stadium. Per tradition, next year's Thon theme will be announced during the Homecoming Parade on Friday, October 22nd. The theme of Homecoming 2020, Envisioning Nittany Horizons, even made it into a verse on this year's Thon line dance. A court clerk from Los Angeles Superior Court confirmed on Friday that Kim Kardashian West has filed for divorce from Kanye West. The two have lived together separately for some time. Christy Welder, a representative for Kardashian West, confirmed the divorce filing, but stated that Kim had no additional comments. The filing cites irreconcilable differences. Kardashian West is seeking joint custody of the couple's 4 children. The divorce cites a prenuptial agreement regarding assets. That was your entertainment update. Stay tuned because after the break, Hunter Pitkoff will bring you the latest from the world of sports.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Hunter Pitkoff with your sports update. Golfer Tiger Woods is in critical condition after crashing his car earlier this morning. It was a single-car accident in the Los Angeles County around 7 a.m. Woods underwent surgery at Harper UCLA Medical Center after suffering multiple leg injuries, though none of the injuries are believed to be life-threatening. It was first reported he was removed from his car through the hydraulic spreader tool called the Jaws of Life by local firefighters and paramedics, but as LA County fire officials said that wasn't the case. Instead, the 45-year-old was extracted through his windshield. Woods was in fact conscious, and there was no evidence of impairment. The cause of the accident remains unclear, but it's worth knowing that the roads where Woods crashed are, quote, very steep and easy for drivers to pick up speed. He was in the area for his annual Genesis Invitational Golf Tournament at the Riviera Country Club in Pacific Palisades. Woods was recovering from back surgery he underwent in January. It was unclear if he was going to compete in the Masters. Now to Penn State news. The men's lacrosse team is on the outside looking in of the top 10 U.S. ILA rankings following their recent loss to Rutgers. The Nittany Lions now sit number 13, dropping them 7 spots from last week's number 6 ranking. Meanwhile, Rutgers' 11-9 win over Penn State has boosted them to number 9 in the country, its first appearance in the top 10 this season. Big Ten foe Ohio State also leapfrogged the Nittany Lions as a new number 6 ranked team in the nation. Penn State will have a chance to make the jump back into the top 10 in its next game against number 4 Maryland on February 26. Also in Happy Valley, the women's volleyball team has a winning record again after sweeping Indiana over the weekend. The matches took place at Rec Hall this past Friday and Saturday, with Penn State's winning in 4 sets in match 1 and a 3-set sweep on Saturday. The Nittany Lions total 109 kills, leading to a 356 kill average. Penn State is ranked number 10 by the AVCA coaches with a record of 4 wins and 3 losses. Saturday's match was 5th in 8 days for Penn State. The Lions have yet another stretch of 5 matches in 8 days, starting with 2 matches against Maryland on February 27th and 28th, a home match against Ohio State on March 3rd, and 2 more home games against Purdue on March 5th and 6th. And that was your sports update. This week, our interview anchor Juliana Turdo called up Dana Nunemacher, the host producer of 46 Live. Dana talks about her role in this year's Thon and the adjustments 46 Live made to recapture the Thon spirit in a quiet BJC. Take a look.
As we all know, Thon was this past weekend, and many school organizations participate to raise money for the cause. While students are dancing the night away, there is a whole other aspect when it comes to providing viewers with live coverage of the iconic event. I have the opportunity today to speak with Dana Nunemacher about her involvement behind the scenes in Thon this year. Hi, Dana.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. So, what is 46 Live and what is your role there?
Yeah, so 46 Live is the Thon live stream. We not only cover just Thon, but also other events that happen during the year, such as 100 Days Until Thon, Family Carnival, and I believe also this year we helped cover Showcase. My role with them is I am the host producer, which means I oversee all of our hosts. I get them ready for the big weekend and kind of just keep them all wrangled together throughout Thon weekend and on track with their schedules.
So in specific, what was your main role throughout Thon weekend?
Yeah, I was just kind of in charge of making sure my hosts were there on time. I would take them up to our 46 Live suite we had in the Bryce Jordan Center, and we just kind of hang out then until it was time for them to take their like on-air hits. And then there was also, if there was some free time for them, they got to help with social media. So I just kind of sent them out and let them have fun with that and do whatever they want.
So how has Thon being virtual this year personally impacted you and 46 Live compared to previous years of Thon coverage?
So I'm only a sophomore right now. Last year was my very first Thon. I had so much fun. I got to stand with my sorority, Gamma Sigma Sigma. I got to write with Onward State, and then I was also just a host last year for 46 Live. So just this year, I really missed being able to see the other members of Gamma Sigma Sigma and like being able to support our dancers right there and in person. I really missed getting to write in person as well with Onward State. We did like have our own little Discord that we talked over and everything. And then when it came to 46 Live, getting my hosts ready, was very challenging because for a while we really didn't know what was going to be happening, and like I was trying to teach them what I learned last year, but it wasn't as applicable to this year because there weren't dancers in the Bryce Jordan Center. There just weren't as many things happening, so that's kind of when we had to back up and start seeing what else we could do. And a lot of what we figured out we could do is packages to fill kind of that dead air time. So interviewing past dancers was one thing we did, talking to some different directors about their jobs, just doing the pre-recorded content so it was already for the weekend was kind of our game plan, and I think it worked out really well.
That sounds great. What was the best part of Thon this year?
I think this is going to sound like so cheesy. I think the best part for me was just being able to see all of my hosts go on air and do like truly what they were born to do. They were all so talented. They all have such a gift. So being able to see that happen on screen, I felt like a proud mom, even though most of them were older than me. Just all their hard work paying off in those moments, that was probably the most exciting part for me. And it was also great seeing them in person at times. And last year as a host, I kind of only met some of the other hosts here and there. We kind of just saw each other in passing, and I felt like there wasn't as much as a connection. But this year I really did feel more connected to the hosts around me because I did have to work individually with all, I think, 17 of them.
Well, it does sound truly so rewarding. Thank you so much for sitting with me today, Dana.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I really appreciate it. I'm
It was
so
so
honored.
great to hear about your unique experience and perspective about this long-going Penn State tradition.
Yeah, thank you.
According to CDC reports, there are 27 million current cases of COVID-19 in the United States, and 13,449 people have died within the last 7 days. The CDC also reports that 64.2 million vaccines have been administered in the United States. In Pennsylvania, over 2 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine have been administered.
The state of Texas was in crisis mode after being hit with an historic winter storm. Temperatures dropped to single digits and led to millions searching for power after the state's power grid could not keep up with the number of people using heat. This halted the ability to use all sorts of energy. The Lone Star State is the only state that operates its own power grid. In Texas, 9 people died because of the weather. Governor Greg Abbott requested a federal emergency declaration, which would give them aid from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The White House approved of the authorization, and the proper aid is being given to Texas.
President Joe Biden's new immigration reform bill was announced to the public on Thursday, February 18th. The proposed bill promotes accessibility for immigrants who are already living in the United States to gain legal status and American citizenship. Numerous Republican senators have spoken out against the proposed legislation, claiming that it will increase illegal migration to the country, although there are outlined regulations within the reform bill to prevent such occurrences from happening. All Democratic senators, as well as 10 Republican senators, will have to vote in favor of the bill in order for it to pass the Senate floor.
New data published by the CDC outlines the most common side effects after receiving a COVID-19 vaccine. The data stems from the first month of vaccination and takes over 13 million administered doses into account. The most frequently reported side effects were headaches, fatigue, dizziness, chills, and nausea. Experts say that the side effects show that the vaccine is beginning to work. Pfizer and Moderna both said that they understand that the side effects can be unpleasant, but physicians have approved the vaccine and say that it is safe to take.
And that's all for tonight on PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.